Okay, good evening, everyone. I don't want to waste the efforts of the people that carry this chair, so permit me to sit down. I'm really, really honored to be here. My name is BUSOLA Dakolo. Wow, Divine Cakes, thank you so much. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Oh my goodness, with my picture inside the camera, like the screen of the camera, oh God. Thank you so much, thank you so much. Thank you for coming here. Then okay, let me talk about my journey and how I happen to be Timi Dakolo's wife, and oh my goodness, now you are going to distract me all the way. Wow. Thank you so much, Divine Cakes. As in, I'm deeply touched. 2 days ago, I was just crying, like I was crying. We all have our stories and we have things that we had to deal with in order to be where we are today. I actually studied geology and mineral sciences in University of Ilorin. I've always been like a bookworm in short. Growing up, first, yeah, the first, either first or second. Whenever I'm second, I'm always crying. No, I'm meant to be the best. And then I entered oil and gas, but not really in the core oil and gas field. I was in the admin department. I was so dissatisfied. So I felt I needed something that would also help my mind. I now joined the banking industry. So I was once a banker in Zenith Bank in their head office. And that experience actually opened me to something I didn't know I had. I didn't know I had this kind of mind that could think things through. I was in the e-business department and I was doing so fine. Eventually life happened, I became pregnant, and I was pregnant outside wedlock. So it became like a stigma, or like, people were toasting me in the bank then, and all of a sudden now you're even pregnant and you're not even married. So it was really a strong thing for me to deal with. And I wanted to run out of the country. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't granted any visa. Why? They just felt, why would you have this kind of money in your account? No, no, no. You're a single girl. So I wasn't granted visa. I stayed back. Then I had no option. Like, I couldn't even think of, I tried, I was pregnant, I was still going to office, but I couldn't just deal with all the voices I kept hearing. So I felt, Busola, it's just time to pull out. And mind you, I didn't, my childhood, I grew up silver spoon at some point, and then all of a sudden, everything just dropped down. Everything just dropped down. So while I was in school, in short, I was a trader, because everything sellable, I was selling. I was selling hair accessories, would bake cake. That was when they started cyber cafes. So myself and two of my sisters would bake cake and take it to different cafes all around. I grew up in Ilorin. So we'd take the cakes there and drop the cakes, So I've always been this kind of independent woman, sort of like, in any situation I find myself, I look for a way out, but not leaving God out of it. Because I can't say anything without talking about the spiritual aspect. That is what has really kept my mind. A lot of things have happened to me in this life that should have totally broken me, that will not even be able to open my mouth. But then those things are actually the things that have given me so much fuel in everything I'm doing. So you're seeing Busola, I've always had that trading, that's, I love to trade. The moment I got pregnant and I couldn't go ahead to, be a banker anymore, the the MD, he knew me with the EDs. A lot of people started calling me on my office line. Immediately I had to drop the line because I didn't want to answer questions. I wasn't ready to answer anybody, and I didn't want people to feel pity, to keep pitying me. I just felt, Busola, no, there's something, you come out of it. And I always keep saying it, that no, I really love this guy, I'm not ready, no matter what it is, even if we're not married yet, like, I'm just going to stay in this. I hold family highly than any other thing. Why? I'm from a polygamous family, and the things that I felt I should have gotten, that if my parents had actually done some things, it would have avoided some of the things that probably happened to me. So I hold family as the first thing. So that's like the value that drives every other thing I do. I don't do anything without my husband's approval. Mayowa experienced one today, like everything, it has to be involved. As I'm changing my flight time, I call him, is it okay for me to book 7 a.m.? Is it okay? So he needs to give me that approval. I'm fine with that. Today's woman, it might not work for them. They call me traditional woman, but I think I like it like that. It gives me peace. Anything that gives me peace, I flow with it. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so I kept carrying, by the time we got married, and I had to start carrying that thing of, oh, Busola, Timi Dakolo's wife. Timi Dakolo's wife, Timi Dakolo's wife, Timi Dakolo's wife. I was very satisfied with that. And everything I'm doing now, I'm not doing it to prove a point, to show that, I want to show that Busola has something inside of her, that she wants it to come out. Really, I know we all say, oh, women, you have to find something to do. But in everything, find a balance, because you don't want to leave out the children behind. This time and age, when the millennial age, where they're exposed to a lot of things, and you must be able to guide them. It's a fast-paced world. People are not appreciating process anymore, but you have to instill the real values in them. So, and that's, thank you very much. And that's actually one thing I pay attention to, that no matter what, if my husband is there going, is doing the moving up and down, I have to find a way to grow myself and also, be there for the children, to fill in the gap. By the time I stayed home, just taking care of children, I started feeling miserable. I started feeling left alone. I started feeling that kind of, deep hollow within me. Even though it helped me to build, my spirituality and all that, always standing in the gap for my husband, things like that. But then I didn't feel so much satisfaction within me, because I felt there's so much I could do that I wasn't doing. So what did I do? I discovered online learning. That's why, as she was talking, a lot of things resonate with what has happened to me. I started reading online. All through the second child and the third child, the pregnancies, I was always reading. I got my project management certification. My husband was just saying, why are you reading this? Why do you want to go to 9 to 5? I said, no, I will start business one day. Let me begin to learn. I did a lot of free online courses. I just kept building myself. Next thing, my husband bought one camera. He was like, he's going to give his assistant to be taking pictures when he's having events. So one day I carried the camera and I was looking. I said, wow, baby, I like to take pictures. He just said, oh, really? Yeah, that's actually someone is coming to teach him at home that I could join. I said, okay, perfect. I joined. He did the first day. He didn't do the second day. I became the student instead of him being the student. So I carried on, I kept, after the 1 week, then the photographer today, his name is Nejum, he told me, he said, you really have that innate ability. There's something they called ways of saying. I eventually went to New York Film Academy the summer after I'd gathered money. Meanwhile, while I was at home, I wasn't, hi, out of the alumni. Okay, so while I was at home, instead of me just sitting down, I was always doing everything. I would help my sisters to cook, and I would tell them, give me service charge. So I was always charging, I would charge them, I would cook for them, take it to their houses. Do you want to go to market? I know everywhere in Lagos Island. So if you happen to, if you want to get anything there, and you don't know your way, you come and meet me. They will pay me for taking them around. So I was doing that with a lot of family friends, you know, just people around. And I ensured that I was having little money on me. So it's not, I need something, I go to meet my husband. And that was one thing that he said that really, really used to move him, like, this woman, what are you? At some point, he felt that I was doing it and people would be looking at me like he wasn't taking care of me. I said, no. It was actually to make me to feel satisfied as a woman, even as I'm fulfilling the role of being a wife and a mom. So that's how it's been, you know. I always do something in between. And that's what I want to encourage every young person. No matter what you want to do, if you're not able to do it at that point, you can get something to do. You know, when you travel out, a lot of people that travel out and you see people sing on the road, they play and they sing and you give them coins or whatever amount you have. There was this beautiful girl, this last trip I made, and you know, she was just singing so beautifully. Everybody stayed, like 50 of us. And eventually, like a music producer even walked up to her and, you know, kept engaging her. And everybody said, please, will you get up? Will you get up? We want to listen to her. We waited till she finished the whole rendition. And after she finished, we started begging her, could you do some more? Then one person now asked her, okay, so why are you doing this? She said, I'm actually doing this to gather, I need $300 to pay for my piano lessons. Like, she wants to start her piano lessons. So whatever you want to do, there's something you can do to help you to earn that money. You don't have to look for that big thing. Even if it's, I was telling a lady yesterday, I said, even if it's you, ask the people, I know you are a graduate. There are so many things I did even after being graduate that should have been, you are a fine girl, what's wrong with you? There are men that can even give you this money. But you have to hold yourself with so much dignity. There's dignity in you earning. There's dignity in you knowing that I did this, God helped me to do this. And you won't know, there's someone that will see you while you're doing that and they will say, no, this place is not for you. They will now give you a better opportunity. But never feel something is too small for you to do because you've placed yourself so highly. That helped me to be able to make a switch from being a banker to a photographer. By the time I told my mom, and she was like, photographer, massive photographer, photo. I was not like, what's there? You know, she had just had that mindset of, you know, that's wait and get, you know, so you'll be. I said, Mommy, whichever way you think about it, this is what I want to do. I will bring my uniqueness into the profession and do it the way it is, you know, that I want to do it. And thank God I never insisted, you know, not to go into photography. Through that, I went to school in New York Film Academy. Part of the money that I went to school were part of savings. And, you know, I was housewife for a while. While he was there giving me money, okay, I'm going for an event. Baby, go and package yourself. Give you 50,000 naira, go and, you know, get outfits. Me? Ijebu. I will look for outfits. Maybe the outfit I will just get is 15,000 naira. I've saved 30K. By the time my husband discovered that I was doing a particular savings, he was getting angry. So you've been doing the savings and you never told me. I said, no, I wanted it to be a surprise. And that actually made him to also start doing the kind of savings I was doing. I wasn't doing any 9-to-5 job, but trust me, I had money. The money was from market money. Because really, instead of me shopping in Lekki, I would go to Oyibo. I would go to Mount 12. Those are the places I go to. I learned to live within my means based on, it's not like the money is not there for me to use and live large. But I look at it, there's a place I can get it cheaper. Why would I go and spend money somewhere next door? So I would drive all the way. And that is still how I live my life. 3 weeks ago, I was at the market and one lady, she's my follower on Instagram. BUSOLA DAKOLO. I said, yes. She was like, is it like you come to market? I was not telling her, do you know where they sell crayfish? Are you sure you know? Let me take you there. You know, because I was ready to take her to the place where they drop the big bundle and you can buy, you know, it will be cheaper and there's really nothing to, don't be fake in order to prove a point to people that don't care about you. You don't, nobody cares about you. I'm sorry, but you just have to know that nobody cares about you. They only care about the results that you bring. Yeah. And it's so pathetic nowadays that, and it's really pathetic nowadays that nobody wants to know the process. Once you just put something out there, everybody says, oh, this is the biggest thing in town. You know, so I would like to just advise you, don't follow the fake trend. Live originality. One thing I tell myself, I sieve out any friend. Once you are pressurizing me, oh, BUSOLA, you ought to have this. All of a sudden, they notice they are sending me messages. I'm not responding. That's how I live my life. Because I know where I'm coming from. I'm not here. This is not the destination. I'm still going to a place and you're still here holding me bound. Buy this bag. Buy that. I don't do that. I live within my means. Anything you see that, oh, it's out there, it's because it's within my means. And by the way, I've saved 50% of what you're seeing. So you have to learn to live within your means. And that's what has helped me. By the time I started this photography, I'll tell you, it might not really be out there, oh, yeah. But I'm so happy that I'm doing this and I'm earning something. And I have a platform called Skills Kitchen. By the time I started photography, different people started telling me, I want to learn from you, I want to learn from you. I was not telling my husband, I said, how can I be teaching people that, you know me, I'm a mom of 3, and your wife, it takes a whole lot of energy to be your wife. As long as I want to help people though, but I don't want to exert too much energy. And I also want to be a slay queen because it's necessary. So, you know, I was not like, I want to help people. So I said, I want to do like online training, you know, for people, because that's how I actually learn. I'm a student of Creative Life, of Masterclass. Those are the platforms that helped me. They are trending now, but me, I've been learning on those platforms since. So I just told him, I said, okay, let me look for a way to bring all these different experts to be teaching people just short classes. I don't want long modules. I have courses that I've paid for till date I've not finished because I just do 3 hours, I'm tired, I'll go back to the next module. So with that, we now made the platform is more of short, precise classes that aims at a particular objective. That you know, 30 minutes, you're going away with something very tangible that is applicable as well. So I discussed with people like Paul Fo, I called Steph B, you know, online experts. And then she was like, that was last year. She was like, everything you just told me now, I actually want to do the same. Oh. I was not like, no, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and do what you have to do. As in, there's a purpose to which God has laid this in my heart. And now, Skills Kitchen is just, my husband came up with the name Skills Kitchen. He asked me, he said, I looked for one name, I noticed they've taken it. By the time he checked, he asked me, where do you always stay in the house? I said, I'm always cooking. He said, cooking what? Food. So now help others to cook their skills. And that's how we started Skills Kitchen. And now it's within 7 months down the line, we have up to 2,000 people just like you that are on the platform. They are taking different classes. IK is on board. Different people in different fields, in different industries. They just, there's the aspect that they share their stories just like this, and they give tips, because learning is in different forms. Some of us learn through storytelling. Some of us learn through book reading. Some of us learn through, we have our different span, the way we learn. So we try to do that on that platform to put all things together. I would like to leave on this note. I don't want to take much of your time. Young people, always volunteer. It's good to volunteer, no matter how it is, even when you feel, oh, I'm not going to get paid. Right now, I have 176 interns in the photography module of the platform. I don't know where they are. Some are inside Lagos, some are outside. And actually, one person outside Lagos, I've invited the person to come and interact with me before. So the platform is there to provide opportunities for people regardless of where they are. Young people volunteer. I have some of them that they volunteer to work for me freely. But even though they volunteer to work for me freely, I still give them something. So always volunteer. Once you see someone that, I like this person's strength, volunteer to be around the person. Volunteer to listen to the person. Volunteer to watch. And really, you don't need to be close to people before you learn from them. There are so many, most of my mentors, they don't even know me, but I learn from them. I have mentor in terms of family. I have mentor in terms of photography. I have mentors in terms of spirituality. Everything you must pick. And then, you'll be able to analyze what to amend, what to add, what to subtract. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for my beautiful cake, divine cake. I so appreciate this. I'm a very shy person, you won't believe I've not been seeing your faces. I've not been seeing your faces. All I've been doing is just scanning through lights. I've just been looking at the lights. So thank you so much for having me. And I hope, did you enjoy the session? Okay, sorry. Someone must tell me, what's the key thing you got from what I said? Like, be yourself. Okay, something else again. Don't leave. Okay, something else again. Volunteering. Okay. So now this makes me, I feel like, am I a motivational speaker now? Thank you so much.